Hi, my name is Darius, participating in the Zeit Hackathon from all the way over here in London. As a team of one this time, just wanted to record a short video to show what I managed to cook up in the couple of days we had. So, on the screen is the Sempiler website. Sempiler is a monorepo compiler. It generates cross-platform native artifacts for all the pieces you need to quickly validate an app idea, so your client, your server. And where Zeit stuff comes into it is that Now is a great fit for the server part. These lightweight serverless lambdas, they feel nice and they fit exactly the Sempiler model. So I wanted to demonstrate in this hackathon, the goal of it being that from the dashboard you could trigger a compilation, you could produce a valid Android bundle, a valid Now bundle, and see the files involved and even deploy them via a button right there on the screen. So I'll include the code. Although you probably won't be able to run it unless you have a Sempiler build. You can contact me if you want one. But basically what we're interested here is this hackathon file. And this hackathon file has these special directives in it that Sempiler understands, and it's basically saying, I want you to build something called foo, and that will be our Java Android artifact. And then I want you to build something called bar, original names, and that will be in TypeScript, and it will be targeting Now. So it will know then to look in these different source files based on those names. So our Android, it's written in TypeScript, but we're using Android APIs. So we don't have to learn Java, but it's going to emit Java basically. And our server is super exciting. All it's doing is returning hello there, which is $1 million idea. So now, first of all, I have to remember to start it. And I took the liberty of setting up the Sempiler integration over here. So if that's all running okay, yeah, good. I'm going to just move this out of the way and jump right in here. So when it has loaded for the first time, now what we're going to see here is it's asking for my root project file, which is going to be that file we saw, that hackathon file. And so I have handily got the path somewhere else, and I can just paste it in here like magic. Then I hit compile, and then what happens is on the local machine in our config for Now, we're pointing at where Sempiler lives because we can't store it in this lambda because it just exceeds the size, and it's, you know, that's not practical. But it runs on your local machine, and you can see it took a couple of seconds, and it produced two artifacts, which was our foo and our bar. And it knows that bar is for Now, so it's got the little Now logo that I stole from Twitter. I sourced from Twitter, fair usage. And Android logo here, also from Twitter. And you can see that what's cool here is I can see the files that actually got produced. So we saw that hello there lambda, and I can jump into actually what got compiled, and I can just click that link directly, and it's going to open my viewer, my editor, and it's basically inlined everything into one file. And you can see the same thing in the Android version, which is here. So basically the compiler inlines it all. But then what's interesting about the Now thing, in order for it to be a valid Now bundle, it also exposes this hook. So here, this is the boilerplate code that I didn't have to write, but the compiler has produced for me, and it's what Now will be able to serve. So that's really cool, and we can see that this is working because if I go in and I mess something up, so I go to my source file, this will do, because I've already got it, a can demo. That's the Android one, it's not valid anymore. If I go to compile it, I'll get errors, and the cool thing is I can then jump back in. So imagine if I'd messed up either of my source files, then I can jump back into the exact line that caused the problem, and that's really nice. So where it gets a bit more interesting beyond that is that then this is a bit hacky, but it does work. I can then click this deploy button and see it actually fire up. So I'm going to click deploy, and it's going to open a terminal window for me on my desktop, which you can see here, and that terminal window is pointing to wherever the code was emitted. And so it's basically just running this quite hacky shell script that doesn't work on Windows at the moment because I had 2 days and I don't use Windows much. But it's basically serving our code. So if we hit up here, I can't spell API, then it's going to compile it, but we should see in a matter of seconds, there is our route that we set up. And similarly, just for completeness, I can also hit this deploy button for the Android one. You can see it's doing something down here. And given a few seconds whilst I check my notes, oh, it's popped the emulator and you can see the app. So what I wanted to do if I hadn't run out of time is get this string from the API automatically. But I didn't manage to get around to that, but you can imagine that's exactly the kind of time-saving thing you want to do when building apps quickly, and that's what Now is really great for supporting. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, I guess. That was a short video. I will include all the source stuff. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions about it or you want to get it running on your local machine. The repo that I will be submitting does have some notes about basically what I just said. And thanks very much for hosting the hackathon. I had a great time. It was a breath of fresh air. And see you guys soon. Thanks.